of ascension in all parts of this universe. All eyes now are on Earth, and all eyes now are on your group because you are light warriors. And I will amplify and explain what that means. You are members of the Order of the Melchizedek, and I will amplify and explain what that means. You are the ascended masters that you have been looking for, and you are the spiritual leaders that will help in this upcoming time of confusion as disclosure happens both on earth and through the heavenly realms. So I want to first talk about today about what a light warrior really is. A light warrior is someone who is seeking to subdue their ego so that they too can become an ascended master. This is what a light warrior is. It is a focus on yourself. And the reason behind this is for you to be a spiritual leader, you must first lead yourself out of the illusion. And for you to lead yourself out of the illusion, you must first learn tools of the light warrior, in which you will receive after my message. The time is now. This is year one, as has been mentioned in this group today. This is the first year for you to grab the mantle of mastery and to start your journey to go back to what you have done in past lives. Many of you have had thousands of lives in which you have participated in these types of planetary ascension. And now you're back here again to do the same. The only problem with this, if you could call this a problem, is that you have to relearn this all over again in this environment so that you can show and lead others to do the same. So first comes your mastery, and then you can help others. So my question to you today, those who are listening, are you willing to take this gauntlet? Are you willing to take this mantle? Yes. Search inside yourself and see if this resonates with you. Search inside yourself and find out if you wish to continue this one more time through your many incarnations. This is ArchAngel Metatron, and I now release this messenger. Thank you. Thank you. Greetings to you. This is not ArchAngel Metatron, but it is Saint Germain. I come through this messenger today because I have an intimate connection to this messenger because he is one of my initiates. And I'm coming to you today to help you to understand some of the tools and weapons that a light warrior uses to subdue their ego, to tame the ego, to take that dragon that is within you and to make it tame and make it your willing beast. This is allegorical, of course. What we're really talking about here is your lower impulses, the impulses that all of us have as humans. These are the impulses of wanting to compare ourselves from one person to the next. This is the impulse of becoming distracted by outside elements. This is the impulses of anger, of hate, of desire, of connections, of making ourselves addicted to the senses. These are the things that a light warrior battles against. These are the things that we must subdue in order for us to gain mastery, in order for us to allow our heart to open and our true self to shine through. These are the things that we must work on starting now. We have mentioned and heard many times to stay in the now. So what we will do today is give you two weapons of the light warriors to use to stay in the now. One of them is breathing. You'll learn a type of breathing which is most appropriate for this energy level. In the past, when I was learning this, when I was incarnated, I had to learn what you could call a industrial strength type of breathing when I was in the Tibetan Himalayan mountains. Today, with the energies where they are now, this type of heavy breathing activity is no longer necessary. We are bringing in a more gentle breathing technique for you today. This gentle breathing technique, which I shall call a gentle conscious breathing, is something that you can do every day, every moment of the day. And this will allow you to stay in the now more and more as you practice this, because that is the first basic training of any master, of any light warrior, is to stay in the now more and more. So we will talk about this breathing technique, and we will practice it here today. Another thing that we will talk about, another weapon to use to subdue and tame that dragon within, is the use of the I am statements. There are many times when you are breathing, your dragon, your ego, will seek to divert your attention to those things outside of you. And what will happen today is you will learn how to use an I am statement to get yourself back into focus, back into the center, back into the now. Are you ready? Would you like to practice this?
Absolutely.
Excellent. That's the spirit. I need to hear all of you.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, you've been drawn here.
Yes.
You've been drawn here. You've been drawn here to this group because you're a willing spiritual leader. So now is the time for you to gain your mastery, just as you've had many incarnations in the past. Now is the time to start. So we shall begin. The gentle breathing technique is very much has a feminine energy to it. And this is what is coming into the earth now. It is the feminine energy which is coming in to reclaim and rebalance this planet so that we have a balanced masculine, feminine energy in all of us. So let us begin. The breathing technique is very simple. It is a gentle breathing in. So breathe in gently and then stop. Stop your breathing at the top. Hold it for 1 or 2 seconds and then gently exhale. Before you inhale, hold it for 1 or 2 seconds and gently inhale. So let us start doing this. Let us do this together. It's a gentle breathing. It's something that you can do while you're driving. It is something you can do while listening to telephone conversations. It is something that you can do in face-to-face conversations. It is something that you can do while pumping gas. It is something that you can do while preparing your breakfast or at work, reading emails, watching your favorite videos. Use this gentle breathing technique. Continue doing it. Breathe in. Pause for a second or two. Breathe out. Pause for a second or two. Are you getting the hang of this?
Yes.
Okay, we want to add one more element to this, which will make this a complete technique, a complete tool, a complete weapon for the light warrior, is I want you to focus now on your senses. I want you to focus on the sense of your body as it sits or as it's laying. While you're breathing, focus your attention to the pressure of your body onto the seat that you are sitting on. So breathe in, pause for 1 or 2 seconds, feel the weight of your body on that chair. Breathe out. Continue feeling, focusing your senses on your seat. Now you will notice something that happens when you do this. That dragon within you, that ego, ceases to chatter. It is no longer thinking. Are you feeling that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is stage 1 in your mastery. This weapon subdues the dragon. It makes it fall asleep. In the Hindu or Indian culture, this is subduing the tiger. In the Middle Eastern cultures, this is subduing the serpent. You have it? Very simple, isn't it? This is what I give for you today. This technique would not have worked 200 years ago because the energy was not right. Now it is perfect. Are you willing to do this every day now?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
I can't hear you.
Yes. Yes.
This is your basic training. If you choose to be a spiritual leader, you must master this. But I must caution you, don't beat yourself up. That is the ego. The ego is tricky. If you fall off of this and you forget throughout the day, love yourself, forgive yourself, accept yourself, and just pick it up again. And over time, this will happen without a thought. You will start doing this gentle, conscious breathing throughout the entire day. And you will be in a state of bliss and happiness. Your heart will open, and you will be in love. Is that something that you would like to have?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. You see, as a spiritual leader, you're not here to struggle. You're not here to torture yourself. You're here to enjoy life. Source would tell you that you are here to enjoy life and to be. And this breathing technique will help you to be. Now that you have that, I must warn you, the dragon within you will become very sneaky. It does not like to be not in charge, and it will start fighting this. You'll start hearing things in your mind, like, why am I doing this? This is a waste of time. I can't do this very well. I'm just going to quit. So this is the dragon fighting back, and that's what being a light warrior is all about. So would you like another tool, another weapon, to subdue the dragon when it does this?
Absolutely.
I can't hear you. Excellent. So this is the next tool, the next weapon, the last I will mention for today, because I will release this messenger very soon. So when your ego, when your dragon fights back and tells you these things like, this is stupid, or this is boring, or it's getting me sleepy, or I can't possibly do this at work, I can't possibly do this at night when I'm putting my children to sleep, I couldn't possibly do this in the middle of a meeting. This is what you can do internally, mentally. When you breathe in with your gentle breathing and you start hearing the interference, you command. You take commands by mentally saying within you during that 1 or 2 second pause, I am consciously breathing now. And then you breathe out. And then you say mentally to yourself, I am consciously breathing now. You are in command here. So let's practice that. Breathe in gently. Pause at the top and say to yourself out loud right now, I am consciously breathing now.
I am consciously breathing now.
Good. Now let go of what's left of your breath. And at the bottom, if you can, think or say, I am consciously breathing now.
I am consciously breathing now.
Good. Let's do this mentally now. Breathe in. Say it in your mind. I am consciously breathing now. And then let it go. And then stop and say it again or internally. Let's do this a few times. Breathe in. I am consciously breathing now. Breathe out. I am consciously breathing now. Breathe in. I am consciously breathing now. Breathe out. I'm consciously breathing out. You can do this all day long, and this will keep you centered as a Tibetan monk who has been doing this for 20 years. But you'll be able to do this in a vastly shorter period of time. Don't expect instant results. Some of you have more active dragons than others. So there is one other tool I will give you for those who have the bucking bronco dragon, who likes to fight every step of the way. There is another I am statement. If you find yourself with an ego that is severely struggling against this, command it by saying to yourself, I am in charge of this vehicle here. I am in charge of this vehicle here. Whenever that ego decides to wrest control from you, say it. Let's say this now. I am
in
charge
control
of this vehicle now.
I am in control of this vehicle now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gratitude and love.
Yeah. Thank you.
I give you peace, I give you love, and I give you the violet flame. This is Saint Germain, and I release this messenger.
Abundance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Now it is time for the one who serves.
Greetings to you.
Greetings.
Wonderful to be here with you again and following that wonderful discourse and exercise here. So wonderful that these things can be given here in many different ways from many different sources. But please understand this, we are all in this together. We are all working on this together. Even as you are working on these many things, we are also working on things. We are working on working with you. That is our main function here now, to be of service and to teach you to be of service as well. And as you are continuing with these processes and these trainings and these techniques and all of this is part of the great orchestration, the great plan that is in the works here. And we are all so proud of all of you, and we are all anxiously, yes, can be anxious too in many ways. We are anxiously awaiting those times when we can be more fully together. And those times are not far off. You are going to be moving to an experience, many of you are going to have experience with contact with extraterrestrial experiences here, those beings in many different ways. Some of you will be in your dreams, some will be in your visions, and some will even be in the waking state. That is coming. Many of you are preparing for this. But you see, how can you be with one in the physical form, you might say, even if you are raising up to meet them and their vibration, how can you be in that space with them if you are showing any type of fear or anxiety whatsoever? You cannot. So you must overcome this. And just as Saint Germain has shown you here, to train the dragon, overcome the dragon. This is very important, and this was a technique that was given, and it is one that is wonderful, and one that is very easy for you to do. It is true that in those times, long ago, we did it as well, that we did do breathing techniques and all of this for hours at a time, sometimes weeks and months at a time, if you can imagine. But that was a time then. This is not for now, as Saint Germain said. Now the energies have risen greatly, and you are in the right place at the right time, and you are able to use these energies for your benefit and for the benefit of others around you. So, it is the same thing. Just keep being ready, keep those seatbelts fastened, because you are on the ride, people. You are on the ride of your lives. Your ride of your many lives here. So do you have questions here for one who serves?
Yeah, this is Lorelei. Can you hear me? Hi. Yes, I had the most amazing experience of my life this weekend. And I know that James is reticent to mention practitioners or anything like that, but I wanted to get you to give us the lowdown, because this woman, Rika Zimmerman, I swear that I thought we were going to send right there. we were on such a love high after, and the angels were all there, and the archangels, and all these beings swirling around us. This group of about 100 people, and we were walking around there all weekend. It was like we were not even on the ground. It was like we were up somewhere about to float off the ground. And I haven't come down, thank God. I'm not coming down. So I just wanted to see, if we could get you to check in on this Rieker Zimmerman, because if she is doing what we're doing, then I think, to me it seems to make sense that we might all align with each other and try to pull from each other's resources. So, and her name of her course was Awakening Heaven on Earth, and she had Archangel Michael and Metatron, and all of them were there. So could you check on that for us?
What we can do here is we are not in the position to affirm any one particular channel or source or anything of this nature, but to say that it is all part of the orchestration. It is all part of coming together as a whole, coming together as the light workers, the light warriors, all of you, and bringing all of this together. And that's what this is about. Whether you hear it over here or over there or from us or whoever it might be, it is all the same thing, and it is all part of the great plan that is in the works here. If you look at the energies that were involved there, the energies that were generated by the people there and their intent, that is the important thing, is the intent. And the intent was there to raise those energies, just as the energies have been raised in your advances, have they not previously?
Yes.
Do you not feel those wonderful energies raised? This is all part of the same thing. And if you would look at some of those church services where they're singing and dancing and having a wonderful time. They are not kneeling, they are not reading from a book or listening to a priest or anything of this nature. They are singing, they are dancing, they're being in joy. And the energies, are they not raised then? Do they not have even sometimes miracles occur there, what they consider miracles? Although we have called miracles simply science. It's just a science at a higher vibration is all it is. So all of this is the same thing, Lorelei. It is all part of the same. It does not matter who it comes from. If you resonate to one particular individual or one particular group or source, yes, go for it. But if you wherever you find yourself, you are going to be in a position where you have been guided to be. So that is what is important here. Many of you have been guided to this group, and it may take you to other groups. It may take you onto ships. Who knows? That is a hint, people. That is coming. That is what we said here. Some of you, many of you are going to be up on ships. You're going to experience this. Some in your waking state even are going to experience this very soon. We cannot say too much more on this. They are over there saying, no, keep it down, calm it down a little bit. Let's not give away too many surprises. So all of this is coming, though. So be of good cheer, okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I would like to ask a question.
Yes.
Is there such a thing, a real thing, as a walk-in?
Oh, my goodness, yes, certainly. There are many different kinds of walk-ins. We are hearing in the room here. Yes, of course there are walk-ins. Yes, there are. And they are in many different ways and have been coming in for a long time. Are you a walk-in? No, but there are some around you that are in your experience that they were even walk-ins. We cannot give more on that now, but it is part of the process. It is part of the orchestration. When one is ready to give up their body based on a contract that they came in with, and they are giving it up to another, a spirit, a soul, to come in and resume their particular lifetime, that is all part of the contract that they come in with. And there are many different kinds and different ways of this. So yes.
Thank you.
Short answer, yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Although we are never much for giving short answers, are we?
That was perfect. Thank you.
Yes. Other questions here?
What is meant by power couples? That term.
Power
what is
couples?
power couples? That's supposed to come together. Power, POWER, couples.
Power couples.
Yeah.
You're saying P like Paul or T Tom?
Power.
I think it
You're still
refers
not
to
understanding.
twin flames. I'm not sure.
If you are talking about twin flames, yes, you already know this, though, Rita. You know this very well. If anyone would know this, you would know this. You do not understand
I
why
do?
you are asking this question, though. Yes, you very much know this.
But what does it mean? Yes, I do know of the words. But why are we called power couples? There's other ones, twin flames. But why are some set aside as power couples?
As we can see, it is just simply names for the same thing, different ways of saying the same type of information, just as your vocabulary, your sciences and everything come up with many different ways of saying the same. Look at your science called psychology, and look at all of the ways they have come up with the different methods and different expressions to say the same thing, just another way to write another book or something of this nature. So it is all part of the same thing here as well. It is nothing to be concerned about. Power couple, twin flame, twin souls, all one and the same thing here. Now, you can look at this too in terms of power couple. You can look at it in terms of your three-dimensional delusion, or we say delusion there, actually, yes. In terms of that, you say a couple is a power couple. They are together. They are strong together. And certainly as a twin soul, you are stronger together, very much so. And we are not saying that in terms of the Hillary Clinton expression, stronger together. That has nothing to do with this. Okay?
Yeah, that answers it. You really answered it with that saying that the two of them together makes that. Yeah, I understand that as that now. Thank you so much.
Very good, yes.
I have a question.
Yes?
At the last event, it was mentioned about at some point our old guides and things like that were going to be leaving. Has that started yet?
Most definitely.
Okay. Now I have another question.
Is that all there you wanted from that?
Okay. No, go ahead if you have more.
Most definitely. The old guides, the ones that have been with you for a very long time, what they're called the familiars, many of them have left. Many of them have been replaced by ascended masters and angels and all of these things. Some even archangels have replaced them. And there is so much that is going on that is still what you would call behind the scenes, but they are with you, they are strong with you, and you are finding that, you will be finding rather, that many of the so-called famous ones, you know, the ones you think of in terms of Saint Germain and Archangel Michael and Yeshua, Sananda, all of these, Ashtar, they are there with you because they have connections with you. We're talking about everyone that's on the phone here now, as well as here in the room, that is resonating to these words. This is you. You are going to have these expressions with these many here. What you may, what James likes to call the rock stars of the future here. And you're going to be experiencing very closely being with them. More and more and more here. Okay?
Okay, so the second part of this is, I was wondering, that's like an inward reality, which sometimes comes out in that outward manifestation in your life. Because this past week, I had a couple of experiences that were I was like devastated about people I know leaving me. And, not that they were, but like in my mind, it was I was crying. It was like the most devastating thing. I thought they were leaving, and not just one person. It was a few people, a couple people, and I wanted to know if that, and partly from where I had come from, that kind of happened. We all got separated, and so I was wondering if that was the cause of that. I snapped out of it though, because I began to realize, well, no, other people have stuff going on, or they're busy. It doesn't revolve around me necessarily. But that's just the way I was feeling. Hurt by that. Could that be from that inward?
Yes, much of the part of this ascension process is a process here. It's a process that you are all going through, having many different experiences, many different symptoms that come on that are being called ascension symptoms, and the leaving of relationships, the changing of relationships, the moving from place to place. All of this is a part of the attraction process. And you are being attracted to like-minded and like-hearted, which is even more important here, people like yourselves. And this is an attraction process, and it is something that is going to continue. And at times it may even be somewhat painful for you because they are the familiars in your life.
Right.
They are the ones that you have been with, done that and all that with for some time. But they are going to be leaving. Many are going to be. And it is going to be a continuing process that you are going to go through. But do not be concerned about that, because as you move up into the higher vibrations and remain there longer and longer, all of that will be in the past. Your memories will shift and change, and you will not even necessarily have memories of those that have left your in your relationships here.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes. Any further questions here?
This is Cheryl. I have
Hello,
a question.
this is.
May I go
Go
first,
ahead.
please? In the advance on Saturday night, a speaker came through that said, "I am not one who serves." Are you able to reveal to us who that was at this time?
Yes, many of you already know who that was. That was Source.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Other question here?
Yes. Hi, this is Linda. And as the political system unravels, can you give us an update on the Republic and Nesara? Thank you.
Update on Republic and Nesara is that it is still coming. And it is here. So it is coming and it is here at the same time. So it is already in place in many respects, and it is simply waiting for the announcement. And the announcement is not far off as well. But there are certain things that must take place first for these to happen. And as you know, you can never come forward with predictions at 100% here, or even 90 or 80% sometimes, because they're just that. They are predictions based on what is happening in that exact moment as that prediction is given. And it is all based on probabilities. And that is what we look at. We look at the probabilities based on exactly this particular moment. So at this particular moment, the probabilities of your disclosure and Republic being announced and Nesara and all of that is not far off at all. Not so much your soon, but not our soon either, if you understand what we are saying. It is somewhere in the middle there, you might say. So it is coming, it is in the process. But certain things must occur first. We cannot be more specific on that because those certain things that must happen are also shifting and changing as well as you move along here. It is all based on consciousness. And it is collective consciousness. If it were just your consciousness, it would already be done, right? But it is the collective consciousness of all that are here. Okay?
Thank you.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
I have a
Yes. Somebody here on the phone has a question?
Go ahead.
yes, I had a question. I was wondering. I keep hearing a lot about dreaming, about how our dreaming is very important, and I have a book here by Carlos Castaneda. It's called The Art of Dreaming, and I was just wondering if any of those techniques in there would be a fruitful way for me to try to maybe go lucid dreaming, or take control of my dreaming, or anything like that.
Most definitely, but it is, as we were saying earlier, there are many different techniques coming from many different sources, and whatever you resonate to, whatever you are being guided to, is where you need to go. If one is being guided to Carlos Castaneda or whoever it might be, then that is where you need to look, and that will be for the time at that point when you are looking. But at that point, you may find that you are then guided to something else and someone else or whatever it is. But at some point, and this is very important for all here now to hear this, at some point, you all need to go within. Not from outside sources such as this channel or the one Charles who channeled the Metatron and Saint Germain or whoever. It is to go within for source. Source is where all of the information already lies. You already have everything you need to know within you. And once you come to realize that, you will not need to rely on anything outside of yourself, you see? But it is also a process. We know this. You are coming out of old programming, and as you come out of this old programming, it is a transition that you are moving through. So you are moving to the transition. You see, you came from source, and you are going back to source. That is how you look at it here.
Thank you.
Yes, further question?
Okay, I just wanted to know, Saturday night that Cheryl spoke of, and the source came through. I guess I might have been a little confused because from way back, I know the source is like everything, this great thing, but learning from Ed or Ray Stanford, that the source also included, like everybody's in the room's higher self. So is that a different source?
That is a different process.
Okay.
It is the same source, but a different process here,
so
what you speak of.
Okay.
Even when it comes through this one James, and you speak in terms of source of all in the room.
Right.
Yes, that is a process. But what came through this one James at that time, and also Charles has found a very strong connection, is to source it herself.
Yes.
You see?
I got it.
Okay, this is Lorelei. I have another question. I have been experiencing, very strong connection with my twin flame, and like sort of traveling around, and he's teaching me things or doing various things with me. And also, what happens is when I'm laying there, I'll just almost get like shocks through my body, like shock waves. Like it's almost like my body is like revving up a battery or something like that. And I think, and I'm wondering, so first of all, is this part of the process? And then second of all, what is this actual ascension going to look and feel like in our body? Like, can it happen like to us at different times, or what's it going to be like?
To speak about what ascension is like is very difficult because it has never been done in this way here, that it is going to happen. You have experienced ascension yourselves in times past. You have already ascended from other systems and other planets and all of this. So you are here doing this over again, but you have forgotten. But when you have the ascension, when it actually occurs, it will be like unlike anything you can remember here. But at that point, as it is happening, you will remember. You will remember those times past. You will remember everything at that moment. In that moment, you will be pure essence, and you will understand all things at that time. This is the best we can explain it to you in that moment. The vibrations, the bliss that you will have will be unmistakable. It will be beyond your wildest imaginations. And we know that many sources have given this same idea, same concept here, that it will be beyond your imaginings here. And we know you can imagine wonderful things, but you have no idea yet what this is going to be like. And can it happen in a moment? Yes, it will happen in a moment, but it will happen in a moment because of a process that has occurred. Okay?
And this ramping of the battery thing, is that a typical experience in the process? This
part
sort of shock waves through the body? Okay.
Yes, part of the process has to do with the Kundalini energy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything further? We need to release channel here. And we are going to release channel. Just what is your saying? Keep on keeping on, because everything is happening exactly as it needs to in the exact right moment. And if you continue to find yourself being in the now as much as possible and using that simple breathing technique that Saint Germain gave you, it will continue to help you be in the now at all times. And if you are continuing to be in the now at all times, you will find that you are also in those moments in higher vibrations. And if you are in higher vibrations, you will find that everything that you are attracting to yourself is exactly what you are wanting in your life. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.